The annual Tweede Nuwe Jaar minstrel parade gathers thousands of spectators for music and dance through central Cape Town. The parade has its origins in the Cape's slave history. It marks the day when slaves were allowed to celebrate the new year, a day when their slave masters enjoyed feasts. It has become a landmark event in Cape Town as residents and tourists flock to join those festivities. Newzroom Afrika's Yazeed Kamaldien reports. Yazeed, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. A very special day, I believe, in Cape Town. Do you have enough young people that are learning from the festivities of today?
It seems like it, and it definitely is a day of festivity in Cape Town. Let me tell you something, Capetonians really know how to party. Yesterday we were out at the beaches were packed. Today we're in central Cape Town for something called the Tweede Nuwe Jaar. It's an annual parade and a festival through the city centre. I'm now going to be joined by one of the organisers of this event. His name is Gambino. Mr. Gambino, welcome to Newzroom Afrika.
Thank you, Yazeed, and welcome to the Hollywood Bets Cape Town Street Parade. Cape Town is showing off today, huh?
Mr. Gambino, we hear music in the background. We see lots of people lining the street. Tell us about this event.
So firstly, people have been camping out in the CBD for days on end just to get prime spots in order to view this iconic minstrel event. It of course started during the time of slavery, at least how Kuma music did. And then in 1907, we find the formalization of this carnival, where the city of Cape Town starts partnering with Carnival of the Day, and you then start seeing a parade from places like District 6, Workup, and even as far as Newlands and Claremont. They used to take trucks into the city, and they would parade to the Greenpoint Common, where they would compete against each other. And of course, at the time, it was really based on the minstrel music that they experienced by watching the minstrel troops who came here in the late 1800s from the United States and so forth.
Look, I'm obviously going to be talking to some people later as well to understand why they are here. But what do you think this event means for the people of Cape Town?
The meaning is deep and multifaceted. Firstly, at a very primary level, you see people of all walks of life here, just a big driver for social cohesion. But when you talk to people and they start telling you the stories of days gone by, you'll find that they find meaning in understanding their own history and how their parents participated in carnival, whether they were seamstresses or whether they were minstrels and so forth. Ultimately today, the meaning of this carnival to us is one where we can pivot it to really benefit our people. The history is the history and it's important, but we as an organization try and find contemporary meaning and value in the carnival that we present to our people.
And do young people also participate? Is it a tradition that's being passed on?
Absolutely. My 5-year-old boy will don his first minstrel outfit today. And the truth of the matter is we are introduced very early on. I donned my first outfit when I was 6. And I'm almost 50 today. The point really is that you find connection in this fraternity. And not only connection, but you find life lessons that can really elevate you out of the difficulty that we find ourselves in the Cape Flats. I had lots of meaning that I found in this carnival, and what we do today is really use the klopskamers or the clubhouses to drive a program of transformation of self within these youngsters so that they can become upwardly mobile in life.
So you grew up with this. Is there a culture of being proud of it though? Because there seems to be some people who might not see the value in this. But what do you think? Is this a way of people of the Cape feeling proud of their history and heritage?
Well, I can either answer that or I can take my glasses off and you can see it in my eyes. The truth is we are exceptionally proud. That's why we do it. Of course, there are people who don't relate to it. But as things are, we all relate to the things we want to relate. Is it not so? Ultimately, when you go out on the Cape Flats today, it's a buzz because everyone knows it's Tweede Nuwe Jaar, and today we come into the CBD and we reclaim the space and it becomes ours again as it was when our ancestors built these buildings and paved these streets and so forth. The city is ours today and we're jolling, we're partying. People should come down and really experience it.
My last question then is about that exact thing that you mentioned, taking over the city. It's 30 years into democracy. People of color across South Africa obviously were denied access to places like central Cape Town and other places of power. So is that part of the celebration of the former slaves as well, being able to walk in the city proudly and feel part of the city?
Absolutely, but I must also qualify that we have a fantastic partnership with the city of Cape Town. And the truth of the matter is, without their support, we can't host this event. Of course, we've got social, structural issues. But our attitude is we will use this very partnership with the city and this very carnival to pierce through it and to drive the agenda that we're all driving towards, and that is to have a fantastic South Africa for all of us, despite the difficulties that we're experiencing right now.
Thank you, Mr. Gambino. Yeah. So here we are at Tweede Nuwe Jaar Festival in Darling Street, Cape Town. Soon the troops will start arriving with their faces painted and their colourful costumes. They'll be marching all the way up from Darling Street, where we're standing, to work up the historical area also for the Cape Town community. And we'll be talking a bit later to people to find out why they like the Tweede Nuwe Jaar celebrations. We'll also try and catch a few of those troops. Back to you in the studio.